Hi, it's me, Rachel Lynn, and I am on a journey to get out of my student loan debt and lose some weight along the way. If any of that interests you, go ahead and click that red subscribe button, and then stay tuned for this video because this is my May goals update. So way back at the very beginning of January, actually it was the very end of December, I set several goals for this year. I like to do a monthly check-in as part of my goals to see where I am at, see if I need to change anything, see how my goals are doing, remind myself of my goals at least once a month just in case there's something that I forgot. So I encourage you to please go check out my goals video. I will link it up here for you to go check out and see what my goals initially were for the year. Now the goals that I set are based on Dave Ramsey's 7 areas of goal setting, and so I have family, career, spiritual, social, financial, and then physical, which I interpret that as weight loss since that is a goal of mine. Before I get started on my goals, I would love to hear from you. Go ahead right now and go leave me a comment down below. Let me know what some of your goals for this year are. Whether you set the goals way back in January or whether you are setting the goals right now, it's not too late. So for my family goal, that was to spend more time with my family. I live at home with my parents and my brother, and I decided to set the goal to spend more time with them, and I am meeting that goal. It's been a little bit harder in the month of April, but that's because April is a very busy month for me, so it has been harder. I haven't spent as much time as I feel like I would like to, but I think I've spent enough time to say that I'm still reaching that goal. So as far as like any changes I need to make, I think I just need to make a more concerted effort. Maybe make sure that I'm eating dinner with my family. A lot of times I'll bring my dinner back to my room while I'm working on YouTube stuff and just kind of miss out on that time with my family. And with my mom being very sick, I did a video about why my mom is very sick and what's going on with my mom, so you can go check that video out. I'll put it up there for you. I mean, family's already very important to me, but with my mom sick, like, it's even more important to me that I actually spend time with my family. So for my career goal, I actually have 2 goals on this front. One is for my main job, which is teaching. I am a kindergarten teacher, and then I also have YouTube goals because I do consider this an extra job even though I am not currently getting paid from YouTube. So for my school goal, that is to be more efficient and get more done in less time. I actually did a video on how I use my time more wisely and actually get more done with less time, and that really works for me. But this last month I'm feeling it that it's the end of the year. I mean, like, once spring break comes, it's like it's the end of the year and you just kind of get tired. You're just kind of like holding on, grasping with straws until the end of the year, and that's kind of how I feel right now. So it could be better, and so I think what I need to do is just push myself here at the end and just like knock it out with a bang. For my YouTube goal, that is to start earning money from YouTube, and I was hoping to do that by the end of the year. However, in order to do that, I have to have 1,000 subscribers as well as 4,000 hours of watch time. At the beginning of the year, I had about 800 subscribers. I'm not really sure where my watch time was. I think I was about halfway there. Last month, I had 970 subscribers, and I was kind of crossing my fingers that I'd be able to make it to 1,000 this month. You probably, of course, already know. You can look down below and see how many subscribers I have, and you can see that I have met 1,000 subscribers as of the beginning of May. I am actually at about 1,025 right now. I might even have a few more by the time this video gets done and put up. And as far as watch time hours, at the beginning of last month I had 3,400 hours, and at the beginning of May I have about 3,920. It's really close. So I am very, very, very close on watch time. I need less than 100 hours. I'm actually crossing my fingers that I can start earning revenue by the end of this month. That of course depends on how long the review takes. Once you reach those thresholds, then YouTube puts you under review, and I know last year it took a while for a lot of people to get through the review process. I think that has gone a lot faster now. It feels so close. So if you are new to my channel, please subscribe. And if you have not seen very many of my videos, and even if you've seen lots of my videos, please go and check out a playlist. I have lots of different playlists listed. I have playlists on my weigh-in Wednesdays. I also have playlists on my budgets. Whatever you are interested in, check that out. Give me a few more hours of watch time, and hopefully I am entertaining enough that you stick around to watch some more, and then stick around continuing, you know, in the future and future videos that I post. And you definitely want to stick around because I'm meeting all these goals and I'm getting out of debt and I'm losing weight, and it's great. So you want to stick around to watch all that. All right, moving on to my next goal. I have two spiritual goals. One was to up my weekly giving to my church when they called for it. They called for it last month and I started giving more money. I also have another spiritual goal, which I do keep to myself. It does involve prayer. That's just basically what it is, but I am continuing to complete that. For my social goal, that is to spend time with a friend, even if it's just over the phone once a month. I did not meet this goal in April. So April is just a very busy month, you know, working every weekend, and I should have made a more concerted effort to call a friend on the phone, but I never did that. For my social goal, I have actually already met that goal in May, and I have plans with another friend later on in May as well. But to make up for not doing anything in April, I'm actually going to make a concerted effort in the month of May to call a friend on the phone, because I should have done that in April, because I know that I didn't really have time to meet with anyone in person, but I could have made a phone call, and so I'm going to do that in the month of May to make up for April. For my intellectual goal, that is to read one book a month. I did not meet that goal in February, and so I've kind of like felt a little bit behind. For the month of April, I actually read one and most of another book. I read hard copy and accidentally ruined my friend's book, but I read a hard copy book of Where the Crawdads Sing. It was a wonderful book, highly recommended, and I definitely enjoyed it. I had a really hard time with the beginning because it's about this just a little girl, like a little girl around the age of kids that I teach, and she just like had this rough beginning in her life, and that was really hard for me personally. Reading through the whole book, it was a really great book. I also listened to a book for most of it in the month of April, and I listened to Before We Were Young. It's future editing Rachel Lynn, and I don't know why I keep trying to change the name of this book. I keep calling it Before We Were Young. It's Before We Were Yours, and I don't mention it, but look up the Tennessee Children's Home Society in like the 20s, 30s, all the way up to like 1950 or so. It's horrible, and it has to do with children in horrible situations, and I'm a teacher, and like I just can't deal with it. And it's a great book, and it's based on true history, but oh my gosh, it's horrible. Like, it's just like I need a break. Not a break from reading, but like a break from like hard topics, because oh my gosh, it was just like both books were just pretty much heartbreaking, and I can't do that. I need a funny book. I need something lighthearted. That's my goal for the month of May, is to read something lighthearted. My book club has been picking out these books, and I actually told them, I'm like, I need something that's a little bit easier to take, because these last couple books, and then even the one that I read in the month of March, like that one was a heavy topic book too. So just like, oh my gosh, I am just like feeling the weight of the world just reading these books. I mean, I feel better for it. I feel more intellectually stimulated for it, and you know, I'm like enjoying the reading, but oh my gosh, I need something lighter. So in order to meet this goal, I think in the month of May, this will be kind of easy for me, and I've already started out the month of May ahead. Even though our book club has not picked out new books yet, I have already picked out my own books to read, and so I have a book on CD that I am reading right now in the car. Then I also have a hard copy book to read. So now, for my big two goals, I like to save these for the end, but my financial goal for this year is to pay $20,000 towards my student loans. That does not mean that I pay off $20,000, but it does mean that I put forth $20,000 towards my student loans. I would like to add that in the month of April, I had 2 weeks of no spend, which was wonderful. And I don't have any plans for no spend in the month of May, but, you know, it was a great practice for, you know, trying to change my spending habits, and I really think that it did affect them. And so I might possibly, maybe towards the end of May, try to do a no spend, but at this point, I just don't have any plans for it. So in the month of April, I actually put towards debt $1,739, so about $1,740. Total money put towards debt this year now comes to just over $7,500. This puts me well on par with my goal, and I haven't even reached the summer months where my income potential is greater because I can get a second job in the summer. I can work more at Churchill Downs. I will get paid a lot for working the Kentucky Derby. So like the month of May is a huge income month for me, and I haven't even gotten to that yet. And I'm already like well on par with meeting my goal. So what this means for the future is this means that I just need to keep it up, keep doing what I'm doing because it's working. But it also means that I think I need to up my goal a little bit. I think that I might need to shoot more for paying $25,000 towards debt by the end of the year. That would be wonderful. That would be just so wonderful to get that much closer to paying off my student loans completely. And then for my weight loss goals, I did a completely separate video on this because there is so much involved, so many different aspects of trying to lose weight. I did a separate video. So I will link that video up here for you to go check out as well. But basically my goal for the year is to lose 50 pounds. Or actually rather just over 50 pounds so that I would be under 200 pounds by the end of the year. At the beginning of the year, I weighed 256 pounds. Last month, I'm not really sure what I weighed according to my notes, so I'm not sure what I weighed, but I think maybe it was around 240 pounds. This month, I weighed 232 pounds right about at the end of April. This means that I'm about 8 pounds down, which is wonderful. I am still well on my way to meeting that goal. It was more than that. I was actually in the 220s at some point in the month, and then it went back up, but I'm trying to look at the big picture here, so I'm not going to go with what my lowest weight in the month was. It's just kind of like, where did I start and where did I end? I also have a goal to beat my mileage. I walk and run as most of my exercise, and so I have a challenge to beat that mileage each month. So last month I went about 32 miles, and then in the month of April I actually went just over 45 miles. So that's wonderful. So my goal is to do just a little bit more, maybe 46, maybe 50, I don't know. It's just kind of wherever I end up, and then the next month I try to do a little bit more than that. For the month of May, there are several things that I want to add into my routine because there are things that I feel like need to kind of be done to help propel me further in my weight loss. I did a crunch challenge in the month of April, and I completed that. It took me a couple of days into May to finish it because I was doing some extra rest days in there, but I got it done, and so I'd like to do another challenge. I'd like to continue my crunches by doing 50 crunches every day. Then I'd like to add in a plank challenge. It's going to be my own version of a plank challenge. I'm just going to do a simple plank, like the easiest type of plank that there is, every day, and just time myself and see how long I can go and see how long I can go further and further and further and do more and more and more. That challenge will not start until after the first week of May, just because the first week of May is very hectic, and it's kind of already over by the time I'm really filming this. So it won't start right away, but I will start it. And something that I did start at the beginning of May is stretching before running and walking. That is something that I think has really been hindering me. My muscles have been cramping up some, and I've been having some knee pain and ankle pain, and I think that stretching will really help with all of that, especially when I am running. So that is my May goals update. That is everything new that I'm doing for the month of May. That is how my April went. I've recapped everything. I am feeling refreshed. I'm feeling re-energized, and certain things that might feel slow day to day, such as weight loss, maybe YouTube growth, even just like reading a book. When you look at them and look back on how you've done in the last month, and especially at this point in the year, I can look all the way back to where I started at the beginning of the year. It's so great to recap and see where I've been and what I've done, because the sluggishness of the day-to-day feels hard. But when I see the long-term progress, and the longer the year goes on, the more progress I see, it's re-energizing and it's re-motivating. So I encourage you to do the same and look at your goals, compare your goals not to yesterday, not to last week, but to a month ago, 2 months ago. Look at the progress that you're making long term and you will be amazed. So before you go, don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what your goals for this year are. Also, don't forget to like this video and share it with somebody else that could use some help with goal setting. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.